Saskatchewan residents can have their say on ways to stop bullying in the province. Public and online consultations start Monday as the government looks for ideas on anti-bullying strategies. Saskatoon member of the legislature, Jennifer Campeau, who is responsible for the anti-bullying initiative, says it's important to work together to find solutions. The public consultations will be held over the first 2 weeks of June in several Saskatchewan cities, including North Battleford. Now, that will take place this Monday at 7 p.m. In April, the Saskatchewan government and the opposition NDP unanimously passed a motion that they hope will help stop cyber bullies. Well, it was an exciting day for two local organizations as they received donations from the Cutter Rally held earlier this year. More than $4,600 was raised, which was split between the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation and the Canadian Cancer Society.
It's another example of all the support that we get from the community, and the Cutter Rally's helped out for 4 years now.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who's involved with the Cutter Rally, all the work that goes into it. Like I said, all the volunteers, the committee members. It's just a fabulous day, and we really appreciate the support.
The Cutter Rally Committee will be making a few changes for the next annual event, but hopes more people will come out and support the cause.
We're going to allow horseback riders this coming year. We are going to probably reduce our entry fee back to what it was in the past.
The health region will use the proceeds for the cancer program at the Lloydminster Hospital, and the Canadian Cancer Society will use it towards cancer treatment and services as well. Well, lasting 25 years at the same job is a big milestone for anyone, but for one certain employee and the rest of her colleagues at the Value Drug Mart in Cold Lake, it's an even bigger accomplishment. As Clayton Brown explains, Lynn McFarlane was born with Down syndrome, but she hasn't let that hold her back. Earlier this month, she celebrated 25 years of service.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning for the past quarter century, Lynn McFarlane has eagerly arrived at work with a smile on her face.
I work behind the pharmacist, sometimes on the floor, and getting the mail and stuff like that, and I love it.
We have a lot of fun at our work. She does her job quite well, and we like to have fun with each other, and I think we've given each other both some gray hairs over the years, but it's fine.
Some other tasks McFarlane helps with are answering the phones and providing customer service.
Well, she has a following. People look forward to seeing her here when she does things, and she answers the phone for us. People will know that who's answering the phone. And, it's really good. It's gratifying to see.
I meet them and greet them and say something like this. I tell them where it is.
Over the years, Matthijs says McFarlane has taught him as much as he's taught her.
We learn compassion for our fellow people, and we learn dependability and, like I say, human kindness. It's important.
As for Lynn, she has no plans on leaving anytime soon. How much do you enjoy it here?
A lot. It's a good thing to have it.
In Cold Lake, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Turning our attention to ag news now. Recently, the hog industry has come under the spotlight, and Canada is going to be making some changes to its hog practices. Kyle Gallagher has more in this week's Ag Report.
Right now, there are a few issues plaguing the hog industry in Alberta. The cost of production continues to rise, and now the perception of animal welfare has come into the spotlight.
You compound that with an ever-growing demand to change the practices that producers are using, and not always because there's an issue with the welfare of animals, but often because of the perception, and when you don't really understand the system that's being used or how farming is done, I guess you look at things and in your own mind you think, well, maybe that's not a good thing, but without really knowing all the detail.
Gestation stalls are an issue for many. This is a system where sows are kept in a confined space after conception to prevent aggressive behavior, which can lead to stress and injuries in the sow and possible reduction in conception rates.
That issue right now is plaguing the whole world to make changes, and we're seeing in the EU, they had a date, January 1st, 2013, to meet, which they haven't met so far. We're seeing a lot of pressure from retailers and food service to make changes because of a very small minority of individuals and certain organizations that are pressuring those companies to make change.
In response, Canada is going to make changes to the practices in the hog industry. On June 1st, a draft version of the new Code of Practice for the Care and Handling of Pigs in Canada will be released. Alberta Pork is doing whatever it can to help ease the transition for producers and will hold education sessions and producer meetings to prepare for the new requirements.
It hasn't gone public yet. It's in the development stage. We also have to realize that those changes that we do come up with affect people on the farm and their livelihoods and their families, and whether or not they can get to make those changes when they're not making any money.
Alberta Pork also encourages those in the industry to provide input on the changes.
When it does become public, that is the point when we really want producers especially to air their opinion.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap News.